Stefanuti Stocks was formed from the merger of Stefanuti and Brayson, Stocks Construction and Skelton and Plummer. The group operates across all sectors of the construction business and has recently also established a presence in Dubai. It has a market cap of 2 billion rand, a price to earnings ratio of 6.8 and a dividend yield of 2%. What do you make of Stefanuti? It's one of the liked ones within the sector.
They are liked because they traditionally have done good work. So the Stefanuti team, that's Willie Mayberg and Skalk Ackerman and those guys always looked good. Then I think it was Investec or some private equity guys owned Stocks because Bart Dorrestein was out and Bruno Korte had unfortunately died and so on and so forth. So they put the two together. It's got a real scale. It's got some nice expertise. They've got some good work. For example, they're the lead contractor on the Kusile power station contract. They're involved in the Grootgeluk mine for Medupi and so on. So they're mid-sized. But like all the others we're talking about it, the market sort of is a bit frustrated with these companies. So having looked quite promising when it listed quite recently, it sort of lost a bit of its allure, and you can see the share price has sort of drifted to the right-hand side.
So what will you be doing right now with a stock like Stefanuti? You buying, selling?
Well, I mean, Stefanuti, so the one thing that I like about Stefanuti compared to the other construction companies, if you look at their balance sheet, they've got quite a lot of cash, whereas the others are on some of them net debt positions. So it makes it a lot more stable. It's also trading at 0.9 times NAV, so it's cheaper than, if in theory, if you had to go and start it again, you can buy it for less by buying Stefanuti's shares. And the other thing is they bought Cycad Pipelines, so they bought it on the 1st of March, paid 260 million. On the face of it, it doesn't look like a fantastic deal, but it's certainly going to be incremental. They'll be able to take some of the costs out, and that I think will add something to it. And it's already trading at 0.7 times, 7 times price to earnings. So it's not expensive. It's not expensive.
So not expensive, Paul. Shouldn't you be getting into it right now?
Well, that's the thing. You see, we've got excellent construction companies in this country by global standards. So, we had property guys like Mark Wayner and so on coming on and praising them, saying how well they operate. But unfortunately, we have a problem with regard to the market has to decide what you're prepared to pay for these companies. I know some people say these stocks are too cheap because they're at a period where their margins are low. I unfortunately have the opposite view, and that is I think the stock's about correctly priced given their current market prospects. There's a little bit of anticipation of rising earnings built in there on the assumption that commercial and industrial developments are going to resume. So I'm fortunately of the view that they're sort of correctly priced, and so for me that doesn't sound like a hot stock opportunity. I'm going to go with not on this one as well.
Jonathan, hot or not on Stefanuti?
Well, I mean, like I was saying, the balance sheet I quite like. It's not expensive. Contrary to what maybe the way Paul looks at stocks, we always look at it and go, well, are we going to lose a lot of money buying this share? Because the way you can add a lot of value for your clients is to make sure you don't buy something that's going to explode. So now, there's a potential for any one of these to have a problem, a really big problem, if the Competition Commission finds them guilty. But I mean, I like Stefanuti. I think it's got a good balance sheet. It's cheap on a multiple basis. It's made it a reasonable acquisition. And I think you're not going to lose money. And if we do start to see signs of the construction sector picking up, this one will do well.
So hot or not?
I'm hot with this one.
So hot, one hot and one not on Stefanuti stock.